Out with Appa today, continuing foundational work of recall and stay, the two main parts of our program. A lot of times when you tell a dog to stay, they come to you. If you tell them to come to you, they stay. So they're operating on the opposite. So we're trying to make sure when we say stay, the dog stays still, which will turn into sit down in place. When we call them, they come to us. We're adding one more skill today, the follow, which is our pre-heel session. So we're taking that recall, and she's used to coming and staying, and we're going to be teaching her to follow if Josh continues moving. So it's essentially, she's going to get a correction here. See what I mean? You tell a dog to stay, they can't do it. Stay and walk away is so much harder than it looks. Okay, but that's how she learns, is by trying her idea, making the mistake, getting the feedback, and then seeing the successful rep. We're going to add a distraction here, the Tonka Chalk, something the dogs either want to run towards or they might be scared of, want to run away from. Either way, they learn just to stay put. Just as something small to start off that stay foundation with. And then she looks at Josh, she gets the thumbs up and a good girl, and then a release. Good girl. That was a great rep. So then we'll start that follow I was talking about, which is the pre-heel session, where we start shaping, following us in a straight line, and then all we need to do to turn it into a heel is flip around and start walking forwards. So it's pretty clear where she wants to go inside the house. She got the recall, she's going the opposite way. She comes to the wrong person. Not uncommon. I'm not asking her to do anything, and Josh is. So it's a conscious decision where she says, I'm not going to listen to the person calling me. I'm going to come to this person instead. She's getting feedback. All right. After some feedback, she was at the wrong person. She decides to actually listen to the person calling her. That was not confusion. That was definitely not confusion. That was, I don't want to listen. And Julie hasn't done any training with me yet, so maybe I'll just come here and hoping I would pet her and say, oh, it's okay, you don't have to listen to Josh. Dogs will do this with their owners too. If one owner calls the dog, they'll run to the other one hoping that one won't make them listen. There's another stay and walk away. Notice how quickly she's learning. She does not make the same mistake as she did the first time. Wow, good girl. Good girl. She's really improved with her release too. She used to not understand what the word break meant, and she used to just sit there. But I just love this session so much. You know, she gets to try any ideas she has, and they either work for her or they don't. Hi, honey. Right? So we're going to try that same rep again, where Josh is going to recall her away from me. We're also giving another option, which is the open door. Now, when he recalls her, I'm going to stop petting her.
This is where we go back.
And there's that follow. So, notice he's not restraining her. So we're not holding her on a leash. We do have the long line dragging, but we're not holding on to it. She has to follow him without deviating. She could run up the hill, she could run up the porch, she could run over to me. She's learning to follow in a straight line. And then, like I said, when we turn it into the heel, it's just a matter of turning around and starting to walk forward. That's it.
That was amazing. Stay. Hi, how are you?
Hi, oh my gosh, how are you? This is hard for her. Think back to the drop off. She couldn't hold still for a second. No. Correction. Stay is very important. Beautiful job. Good girl. See, we're not saying, oh, you can't get pet. You can't run over here. It's just when you're released. Okay, if you're told to stay, we want her to take that seriously.
Break.